Hi guys, Tara here from Divine by Designs, and today I'm going to show you how to make a snowy pine and cedar wreath with snowy pine cones. I am actually using this for my French doors. It's made on a 14-inch grapevine wreath. You can go up to 18 inches. I prefer it to be a medium-sized wreath, so in between my 10-inch mini wreaths, which I use for the back of my chairs, and my 18-inch, which I typically use for my front and side door. But this wreath is super easy to make. It does not take a lot of product, and I hope you enjoy it. Please make sure you like, share, and comment. And if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe so that you'll get a notification every time I post a new video. So let's get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to build the base with the cedar. So I fluff it out a little bit before, and then I fluff it out as well once I put it in the wreath. When I first started making wreaths for myself years ago, I would never do that, and I wasted so much product. So you always want to make sure that you fluff it out. Now you see how that's sticking straight up? Don't worry about that right now. We can move this all around. For now, we really just want to worry about getting everything set in the wreath. And then you will see at some point, I will go where the camera is and kind of take a step back and look, and then start moving things around. For those of you that follow me, know that I am a counselor. I'm a high school counselor, and I'm also a licensed counselor. And when I was in graduate school for counseling, I used to have to write like these 20-page papers. And when I would get done writing them, I had to close my computer and not look at it at all. And the reason why was because I wasn't able to proofread. I was just staring at the computer for hours. Same thing with the wreath. When I'm up close to it, I can't really see the detail like I can when I'm far away. When I'm far away, that's when I really can pick out any errors or problems. So we're almost done here. We're probably going to use about 7 pieces of this cedar. And then the pine we're going to put in later on, and I'll show you exactly how I'm going to do that. So this wreath is actually a little difficult because it's loose. So make sure that if you get a looser grapevine wreath, you are really getting a good grip inside of it when you are putting everything in it. So look at how much bigger this looks once you fluff it out, see? Like a lot bigger. We have one more. So you see how that's popping out there? We don't want that. I don't know if you guys could see it, but I surely can. We want the stem to stay in the grapevine wreath so that it's secure. So after I just got done saying how the wreath is so loose, this part, of course, is very tight, and I'm struggling with fitting this in. Want that one up a little bit more. Now you see here, there's a gap there. This one needs to go in more. So I'm going to try to pull this out of the wreath, and we're gonna move it back. You know, you can get away with doing that when the glue hasn't fully set in yet, and I really lucked out because it didn't. So I'm actually going to start this one back there, right? Push it into the wreath, and there. Now it is more even. So I'm going to take a step back, kind of see what I'm looking at here. I know right now it does not look super pretty, but I promise you that it will. Okay. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to continue to fluff out. Like a lot, see? We're gonna make it look fuller. This I'm gonna bend in a little bit to kind of fill, you see the gap there? When I bent it, now it fills that. And remember, we still have to add the pine and the pine cones. And believe it or not, the pine cones will hide a lot of gaps too. So the pine, I actually cut in half. I will show you. This was the bottom part and this was the top part. And you see it was super big. I cut them in half because I thought it was a little too big for the wreath. So I'm going to do it diagonally, just like I did on the other wreath. Meaning I'm not doing 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're gonna start here and I'm gonna put this in right there. So if that one's there, we want another one here. Another thing I want to show you is you see how this stem is super short? We're gonna add a pick to it. I dip this in glue and then I wrap the wire around it because when it's that short, it may temporarily stay in the wreath, but 9 out of 10 times it's gonna fall out. See, so now this is added on like that. And then I'm going to dip it in my glue. And if that one's here, we're gonna put this one right in here. And just find a good spot. Okay, see how much fuller it's already looking? And then you're going to do one right in here. Like that. And then one right here. And then the next step will be our pine cones. But before I do the pine cones, I'm going to take another step back just to make sure that this looks okay. You know, there's more pressure on you when you're trying to make matching wreaths. And sometimes one wreath will require a little bit more greenery than the other just because sometimes the grapevine is shaped differently. It may be slightly bigger, slightly larger because it's natural. It's never exact versus if you got a wire base or a styrofoam base, it would be. But I just love the look of the grapevine. All right. So that one top part, I'm definitely going to have to fix. I don't like how it's sticking up, and that's fine. We can weave it into the wreath. So right here, see this one? I don't like that one. So I'm taking the stem, I'm gonna bend it. And voila, it is not sticking out. I like where it's sticking up a little bit, not where it's like an alfalfa type of look. That is not what we are going for. So now I have the picks on the pine cones already. I did 7 pine cones in the other wreath, so that's something that I will exactly match just because no one can tell if you added less or more greenery. People can count the pine cones and see if there's more or less, so that I'm going to match. And I'm really just kind of basically finding a place where I could fit them. And they're about 3 inches apart. Do this one here. So we have 4 and then about 3 more, and then we're done. So really, how long has this wreath taken us to make? This one I'm probably going to have to move over a little more, but let me put the other 2 in quickly and then I'll see. This wreath has probably taken us about 15 minutes. Told you. Quick, easy, simple, beautiful. Life can't get much better than that. Maybe that is good there. This one we're going to fix. You see how it's sticking out? Sometimes as well, and I don't think I'm going to have to do it with this one, but sometimes I actually will use wire and make it stay in. So I don't think I'll have to with this. Right now I just kind of bent it, and you see I'm kind of using the other cedar to keep that down. This one I want to just move up a little bit. And now I'm going to take another step back to see how it looks. And if it looks good, then I think that we are done. Oh, I think that I stuck this in a little too much. So let's maybe do that. I wish you guys could talk to me. I know you could if I did a live, but I never do them, even though I know I should be. I'm gonna pull it out just a little bit more. I'm gonna bend this top one in so that's in, but then pull that out. And I just kind of tuck that one there just because I want to make sure the grapevine is covered. And like I said, utilize the pine cones. I just moved that over a little bit to cover the grapevine. But I think we are good. And remember too, you could always move this around. So if you thought that maybe this would look better, see, you can move it and see whichever one you like the most. Which I kind of like how this side looks as well. That's a little piece of cedar that fell off. That's okay. Okay, guys. So there it is. Your snowy cedar and pine with pine cones winter wreath. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I have both of my wreaths showing, and I'll actually hold them up for you so you could see them side by side. But here they are. Again, remember to like, share, and save, and make sure that you subscribe. I hope you have a wonderful holiday season and a happy and not too chilly and snowy winter. See you soon.